Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I'm Ken Ochonogo. How do you start in a day like this? Expectations. We did play that qualifier against the R Congo for a place in the intercontinental playoff. They won on penalties, and Nigeria protested to FIFA that the Congolese fielded some ineligible players. We've been waiting for the outcome of that protest. I remember last Sunday we were here, and probably on the 16th when FIFA meets, they were going to put that on the table, discuss it, and they will know whether we are going or not to go. We didn't say to be or not to be. We're out waiting for Hamlet to answer that's the question. But then the answer, as it is now, is kind of intriguing because the playoff, holds between March 27th and 31st, and then in that period, we're taking place in Mexico. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, according to a release by the Nigerian Football Federation, have now accepted an invitational tournament in Jordan. Now, we don't know what this, somebody has said probably it is being proactive, or probably we are saying there is no hope. Maybe the road to 2026, as from whatever feelers they've gotten, is closed. So, when we open the lines, we would like to hear from you guys and probably what you think are the implication of us taking on Jordan, Iran, and the Costa Rica, that is the four-nation tournament that is taking place right there in Jordan. What that is going to be. So we do that. Earlier, I think as yesterday evening, so it trickled in that a 16-year-old Nigerian kid, he was born in Nigeria, and when he was about a year, his family took him right there to France, has just broken the world under 18 record, 60-meter indoor world record. He has broken that record, 60 meters, hurdles. And trust us. And I'm part of those persons that are still mouth-watering, licking our lips, thinking probably here it is. Here is another Usain Bolt, that will be coming in and to represent Nigeria. Of course, he has chosen, from what we are saying, he has said, I am not going to represent France. We're still going to confirm that. For now, I am going to represent Nigeria. But just oppose that with, the favors. Somebody said Nigeria has been disfavored. How? Favor of Philly, the star that we're all looking for. Remember, we spoke to her on this show some time ago. Couldn't go to the last Olympics in Tokyo. Couldn't go to the last one in France. A lot of things in Paris. A lot of how do I say it? Maladministration. A lot of things did happen that made her not to qualify. And then she chose to leave Nigeria and said, "I'm no longer representing you. I'm going to Turkey." And then just last week again, while we were still pondering on that, it happened again. That another favor says, I am also not representing Nigeria. I'm going to Qatar. I was said, how? But here we are now, licking our lips, happy that a Jared Jason is coming up. Are we prepared to bring him and keep him? Or are we not? France has been nurturing him the way we nurtured others. So are we bringing him? Is he going to represent Nigeria? Is he going to be the next Usain Bolt? In fact, I was about checking up his height, his stats, compared to Usain Bolt at 16. If he is the best hurdler at the under 16, at the under 18, and why is 16 at this age? He has run the fastest time in history, holding the world record for the under 18s. What will that be? What does it portend for Nigeria? Tonobok Okoa. How? Are you guys going to reach out to him and then give an undertaking that your career path that will be able to look after you? There was also some feelers coming in from the our sports circle that the National Sport Commission are saying, look, favor Philly, Of course, we're talking about favor Ashe and favor of Philip, not Ato Ashe, favor Ashe. That we did give you $20,000. That was in September. Why you? But you moved in May. So that 3 months, even if you are going to wait 3 years, by 2028 you will not be representing Turkey at the Olympics. So the question now begs: the $20,000, did she collect it? Yes. Did she collect it? We don't know. Yes or no? Let her come and defend herself. But if she did collect it, was it for 2020? Was it for 2021? Was it for 2022? Was it for 2023? Was it for 2024? Or was it for 2025? But then she said, look, you have messed up my career. I couldn't compete in Tokyo. I couldn't compete in Paris. Because, of course, there is some good news there. Because we are saying right now, we now have an anti-doping center. Board has been constituted in Nigeria now. The president has approved that. So they won't be missing their drug tests. If we can do that, have a center where they can test in Nigeria, we don't have to go to any other place to go and do all that. So those are the questions. The Niger Delta Games is on right there. They kicked off on the 19th. We'll try and see if we can reach out to Fred, any of those guys on ground. Of course, they invited us, but they will say, look, let us watch from here. So they give us an update and let us see. Because there is to also be the Southwest Games. I think I will ask Jimmy later about that. There has to be the Southwest Games. I don't know how far that one is going. Oh, beautiful. This is colorful. This is colorful. This is colorful. This is colorful. This is, you can only get this in Niger Delta. Yeah. So we'll see we'll try and see if we can get to Fred, and then we'll pick up this colorful attires coming in from the Niger Delta. Yeah, you can't get it any better. This is culture. All right. Okay. Do we have? Okay, let me see if we have Jimmy. Jimmy, how are you?
Yeah, a pleasure to be here always.
And like you did say, you can only get it in the Niger Delta. The
razzmatazz,
the ambience, wonderful ambience. Also, there has been, a plethora of, good times coming from some of the athletes in the sprint and also some other events. So you just have to give it to the organizers. They've really done well. And also the fact that they've allowed continuity. You talked about the Southwest Games. Which
yes.
Maybe a lot of politicking, gotten along the line. And that's why you have the Niger Delta. It looks more structured. The way they have gone about it, and it's all inclusive. So that's why you see that there's fuller representation from all of the different states, and everybody's.
How many states do we have in the Southwest? 6?
Should be more.
Lagos, Oyo, Ogun,
no, in the Southwest,
Ekiti.
7.
Which is
Lagos.
Osun, okay.
Ekiti.
Lagos.
Osun,
okay, Ondo and Ekiti divided.
Exactly. Oyo, Oyo and Osun.
Oyo and Osun was one.
Ondo and Ekiti.
Ondo and Ekiti was one.
Then Lagos.
Ogun.
Then that should be
6.
That's 6. Ondo. I mean called Ondo.
No, Ondo and Ekiti.
Ondo and Ekiti.
Oyo and Osun.
Oyo and Osun.
Then Ogun and Lagos.
Ogun and Lagos.
That is 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to call Kwara. Will come.
No, we'll talk about Kwara today. We'll talk about Kwara. There's no doubt about that. Wherever you are, we'll talk about Kwara. We'll talk about Kwara United today. We'll really talk about it. And I hope you will like what we are going to say about it. I want to also hear from you.
He can't like it though.
You say?
He can't
like it. No, Owolafe will like
it. Today he has to be sober.
If he's not sober, then we'll know what Owolafe is. I'm telling you this. So, like I said, we'll also go to talk about the NPFL. Not too much of palatable news coming out. As there are certain things you want to hear, there are certain things you don't want to hear. Coming out. As far as the league is concerned. Rivers United, of course, they've not done well on the continent. As per this season, but as per taking Nigeria, keeping Nigeria up there, that we still, how do I say it? We still have, the indices, for us to have, 4 teams on the continent. They did it last year and also did it now. So at least by next year, we know that, yes, we still have 4 teams there. But getting a solo 3-1 point in the league is not what, we're thinking of. But, right there in the NPFL, they are doing very well. Even with outstanding matches, I think they are up there. We check the league table. But then they went to Kwara United to go and play during the midweek. And Kwara United scored, and at the 9 minutes of the game, Rivers United equalized. all hell was let loose. We are not going. We have chosen not to, bring those pictures here, because the chairman of Rivers United was assaulted. Okay, Baluku, he was injured with blood streaming and stuff like that. And we believe that at this, you see, if we are saying our league is not good, our league is not good, our league is not good, and then we are doing a lot of things, and then there are certain fans, I will say it without any apology, that are not worthy of watching a football game. They are not worthy. They should be sent away permanently from going into football. I mean, how can you descend? How can the fans descend on an away team, descend on the players, descend on the management, descend on whatever it is, and even descend on their own players? You see, there used to be this argument of bribery and corruption when they say, I remember in those days when I think it was, I think they were not NEPA then, they were still started at the NEPA, it was changed to NEPA, they were CN, or when they played Nigerian Airways, and then the Fregene was having super stores then, and then, the keeper considered goals, and then the fans went to his house, and then tore everything. This television, television was just coming, that was one we used to use cellophane to watch color, put it on the black and white.
And
so
pretend it is.
We don't pretend, we see color.
Ken,
yes.
It's a very sad commentary at this point in time. This is 2026. When we hear racial abuse and all that, we say, it's 2020, how come it's still happening? But in Nigeria, you have violence that is being proliferated, and it's so worrisome that, these clubs are unable to, as much as possible, get their fans to be orderly. And the question really is, what exactly is the NPFL doing to make sure all supporters clubs members are registered directly with the NPFL? Because we've talked about... Do you
also register the fans?
See, you do not need to work with what everybody does elsewhere. You have to look at what are the peculiarities in your own league.
Yes, I agree with you.
Register the club. Register the supporters club. Let the supporters club take charge of games to ensure as much as possible, to ensure all the supporters are orderly. The fact that it's not being done in some other places where you have to directly...
Does not mean we have to do it here.
Let's work with our own peculiarities.
Exactly.
Let's make sure we have certain people that are in charge to say, if anything goes wrong, we are holding you accountable. Because if we have the supporters club that are, ensuring that, guys, please, let's not have any issues, because it will affect us this way. We have three...
but if the management are supporting, because the management and some supporters club members are part of the management. They have a direct access. I'm not saying about the management. They have direct access to those managing club. And if the club chairman asks the supporters and say, you people, if it happen to you, guys, we are going to hold responsible.
Exactly.
Let me just point out this. I think in the 80s, to the early, before the early 90s, at least in the mid 80s, early 80s, mid 80s, England was doing so well in Europe.
Yeah.
We have Liverpool winning the Champions League as Champions Cup then. We have Aston Villa winning it. We have Nottingham Forest winning it. At the point, English teams won it. But hooliganism of the English fan was rising and rising and rising until that game between Liverpool and Juve.
Yeah.
And then, all hell let loose. What did Europe do, UEFA? They banned England, not Liverpool. They banned the whole English team from Europe for 10 years.
Decisive action.
We don't care whoever. We don't want to go. Don't give us the fans. Don't give us anybody. They banned them for 10 years, and they served 5 years. For some people say, if Nigeria doesn't go to World Cup, look, let me tell you this. No nation is indispensable. No club is indispensable. If I got into this level, I believe no club is indispensable. I believe it is high time. Any state or any club that beats anybody violently, let the hammer fall. Throw them out of the league, ban them, and for the next 10 years, they should not play in the league. That will set the example.
I agree, absolutely. It's not enough to say, 9 million, 3 points, 3 goals. You have to go harder.
They can pay.
Because we are talking about lives. We are talking about the fact that people can, get decimated when they go watch games. Look at the GM of Rivers United. He's a father. He's a grandfather. So nobody wants his family member to go to a stadium And at the end of the
You
day,
might not see him, but
get
he might not
injured
come
or
back.
he may not come back.
Yes.
So we have to go other. We have to make sure that the rules are more stringent. As far as we continue giving 9 million, 10 million, 3 points, we are still not going to get the desired result.
Automatic delegation to
Throw the club.
NLO, not even NNL. No. When the cheated,
they eventually came back up, but they learned the hard way.
Either you send them, you ban them, or you demote them to NNL.
No, it's really a sad commentary. It's really a sad commentary.
A drastic action.
Yeah.
Sometimes you love your leg, but when gangrene sets in, what do? You amputate.
You amputate.
For you to stay alive, it is better you stay alive with 1.5 legs.
And I like the philosophy of the NPFL chairman, the board chairman. He said it's not a must for us to have 20 teams.
Yes.
All of these things that we're talking about today, we talk about the fact that a club is saying, "Oh, I may not be able to make match day because of logistics arrangement and all that." The next moment, we're talking about match day violence. But the key thing is, whichever club is able to work with the club licensing requirements, even if we have 10 clubs, let's have the 10 clubs, and we are sure that these 10 clubs, they are giving us something near professional. We call it NPFL. There's nothing professional about the way we have been going about it.
Nothing professional. They still collect money from government. How is that professional? How many of them give us at the end of the day? If a hall is playing looting, they will tell us the attendance.
Yeah.
How many of the clubs give us the attendance? Formerly, Kano Pillars and there's Sunshine Stars did it for some time. After them,
I think 3SC this season has given us a couple of times.
Have they continued doing it? They did it for some time. I've not been seeing those figures.
Again,
so if 3SC is doing it, let's have those figures. So basically, there has to be accountability. How many tickets were bought? Sometimes you see a whole stadium filled up, yet not one naira go back to the coffers. Sometimes you sell players, the money doesn't go back to the club. So a lot of just unprofessional acts. And then you sign a contract. How many of the players see this copy of their contracts? How many?
Again, Ken,
how many?
There is something else that I've been looking at. You know, there are supposed to be proper security trained officials, specialized officials for match days. So I think the NPFL board need to work with the police force more to say, okay, we understand the peculiarities of
Jimmy.
Ken, we are talking about training them for match days.
Jimmy, Jimmy, don't make me laugh, Joe.
So
have you not seen where both those people and the police, when they balance, they will turn their back.
But if you talk about the problem and we don't talk about the solution, what happens?
Did I agree with you? No, in Senate climb. I'm sorry to use that word because that's
do we have the likes of the former, I don't know what his rank was before he retired, Gideon Akichola? Do we have people like that in the force that can assist?
At a point on this very show, we did say, look, can we have a supporters club league?
These are the things that we need.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if that interaction is there
it makes it easier.
Before the major game, the supporters club will play.
They're already interacting.
Or after they play 10 minutes or 15 minutes,
exactly.
They're already friends,
they're already friends.
It is. And that, so there are certain things.
We have to be very practical. If we really want our league to grow, we have to be practical. We work with our peculiarities and not just say, oh, this is what they do elsewhere. Do it the Niger way, but do it the better way.
All right. Let's say we're still expecting to see if we can get a call from Edo, Niger, the second edition of Niger Delta Sport Festival. I learned Delta is taking the gold medal in the 100 meters. When that is male and female, they've already collected it. So basically, let us see other updates, other highlights. We're still trying to see if we can get in touch with them.
Bayelsa is coming.
Bayelsa
is coming.
Bayelsa. Bayelsa, I never use the word sport, but they are one terror state these days in sport. I think they're doing so well and they're picking it up there, and it is good. Even up to chess. So you see them playing, doing that, and it is developmental. It is where we say we want to go. So let us see. Why the one we get to Benin, we'll get to. But while we are still waiting to do that, there was a little matter of okay, I won't discuss that. But before you came in, I was talking about Jared Ejason, the 16-year-old boy. He was born in Nigeria. And when it was about a year, he moved down to France. And then at the French Junior Championships, here he is. He just broken the world record.
And
9.43 seconds.
2 years ago, he broke 4 school records.
4 school records.
As a 14-year-old.
As a 14-year-old.
Record.
Yes.
As a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
He's now 16.
7.43 seconds.
7.43 seconds.
Yes.
And I think that's massive. Massive coming from him. He's also
At
been
16,
a part
he's
of the
beating the
relay.
under 18.
He's already beating all the under 18 and under 20 athletes in France. He was born in Nigeria.
Yes.
So he's there are talks that he's probably working on his
Representing Nigeria.
representing France.
You
So representing France.
No, I also had, you had your own. Me also had my own, but me also had mine.
So I think it would be nice for him to represent the white, green.
Yeah.
As against the French.
But like I said, I would talk about that particular, which I wanted to handle.
Yeah.
Favor Ashe, favor Ophili.
I'm not too sure that favor Ashe zone.
Yeah.
There is a report that he debunked it.
I've not seen that report.
There's a report that he debunked.
Okay.
It. But I feel that for favor Ophili,
yeah.
If truly she got the grant, maybe what they should be asking for is not to extend it beyond 2028, is the full switch.
Because she switched in May.
Yeah, exactly. So she'll be eligible.
The NFF are saying, sorry,
AFN.
the NSC are saying probably that, not even the AFN, I think it's still coming from the NSC. Of course, the grant supposed to go from the AFN.
Yeah.
But I bet that she collected about is it $20,000.
Yeah.
Sometime in September.
So the question is, are they going to be asking for a refund? Then the question you
did ask.
The question you did ask is very pertinent. The money that was paid, was it paid for 2025
for the arrears
or in arrears of 2024? So they need to come out clean and communicate clearly. You can't just say, oh, you are trying to stop the lady. At this point in time, we should stop the victimization and unnecessary victimization.
You already put a full stop and comma in his life, in his career.
So let her just go and stop all this.
That is pettiness. I don't want to use the word.
There can be something called corporate pettiness. Where you see people begin to hound another employee maybe somebody that
female. She wants to get married. She wants to have children. You are delaying her biological cycle, and you are saying, okay, after she's got disappointed. How many people have the opportunity to meet in back and go to the Olympics, and then you're not there where you are supposed to, make your career. Probably if you go there and you do a good mark, you get sponsorship, you change your life. You've derailed that. Why not just quietly accept it? To let go. And if she said she has moved on by May, why send her money in September?
In September, that's something.
No, if she has publicly said I have moved, why send her money in September?
They wanted to use it to convince her.
They want.
We'll never do.
We'll never do. The NPFL. What we're trying to get to Benin. I don't know what. Fred, where are you? Can we see? Let us see what is happening in the NPFL. Like we said, Rivers United they got that draw, but Ikorodu City is doing beyond expectation. Beyond, because I was talking to Jimmy. I said, look, Jimmy, this team. Okay, here are today's.
Kano players will be playing against El Kanemi Warriors. Rangers will be will be away at Katsina United. Abia Warriors will be hosting Kwara United. Ikorodu City will be hosting Bayelsa.
Okay, Bayelsa and Lagos.
Niger Tornadoes will be away at Kun Khalifat.
Okay. I think some games were played.
Yeah, I think
Barao, Warri Wolves, Barao.
Yeah, it was a draw. That was a draw.
Yes,
Remo Stars
lost. Wiki Tourists beat them 2-1.
Yeah.
Wiki Tourists beat Remo Stars. Can we have the table if the table is available? If the table is available, can we see where they are? Because
I think Ikorodu is leading Rivers United by a point. But they still have 4 games outstanding.
Four games.
And I think that's a point. Okay. 44. Ikorodu City on 44.
Yeah.
Rangers on 43. Okay, Rivers is actually 42 points. Yeah. So there's a 2-point gap between Ikorodu City and Rivers United. But Rivers United have 4 games
in hand. Rangers are up there, second on the log now.
They have been doing the business quietly. There was a time where they were wrong, without noise, without fanfare and all that.
And Nasara United started this season well.
Yes, still in the top 4.
Just 3 points are separating them.
And Ken, look at the impact of Kwara United being docked 3 points.
Yes,
now they're in the lower rung.
This Kwara United. I mean, look at where they are. Kano Pillars got 3 points dotted. That is where they are.
Yeah.
So basically, I think next time it should be 6 points.
Exactly.
Remove 6 points or 9 points or 10 points.
It should be
or
6
just
points.
relegate them to NLO. Probably that will. No, if you want to be a nuisance, go to that side and go. You don't danger. See, you support Manchester United, you support Arsenal, you support all this club, and then you see officiating that are more horrible. And then exactly the same thing happened.
And Ken,
yes,
it has to be said, the NPFL board, where they should be praised, let's praise them.
Yeah, immediately.
The way they have been meting out fines, judgments, you know, it's very encouraging that within 48 hours you get the judgment, as against what we used to have. O&D, they are still looking at it. Investigate. What are you investigating? But good enough, they have been.
They will come out and give 48.
They have been upright.
They will give you 48 hours.
Exactly. They have been upright with the judgments. Yeah.
And they don't care whose ox is God. I think basically that we are not no favors nobody. If you do it, you collect. And that's the thing.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's go to the EPL. It's a 2-pointer race right now before we open the lines and see. It's a 2-pointer race in the EPL. City yesterday, it was tough. But then that was about 17 games in a row they've beaten Newcastle. Where is Okpe?
Aston Villa played a 1-1 draw with Leeds United. Burnley and Chelsea also played at the 1-1 draw. Brentford lost at home against Brighton 0-2. West Ham played out a 0-0 draw with Bournemouth.
Okay, let us see the table. Let us see the table to see today's fixtures, because Arsenal might go back.
Crystal Palace will be hosting Wolves. Liverpool will be away at Nottingham Forest. Sunderland will be hosting Fulham, and Arsenal will be away at Tottenham.
I think Arsenal can win this game. Tottenham has the manager said they have just 13 players.
He got to those. That's the table.
Okay.
The last 5 games, you could see that Arsenal have won only twice. Won only twice, lost once, 2 draws. Then for Man City, you've seen the form, very encouraging form.
Just 2 points separate them. All right, we want to go on a very short break, a very short commercial break. And when we come back, let me just pay bills. When we come back, China Sport on Sunday continues. All right, welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday, and we are still looking at various issues. We're still trying to see if we can get onto Fred Edore. You know, he's been the one linking us, giving us updates right there on the ground in Benin. I love Benin so much. In the 80s, when you get to Benin, almost every nook and corner of Benin, you will see all this basketball, you know, things that hoop, sport.
It's a sports love.
It's a sports city.
It's a sports city.
Benin has been a sports city. From when you just enter into Benin, Uniben, you enter the sports center.
Have you been to Afuse?
I think we'll go to Afuse one of these days. We should go to Afuse.
Conditioning drills.
Nostalgia. A lot of boxers, a lot of that.
Absolutely.
It is high, not as high as maybe Plateau or Mandela,
but
altitude that you want to go over to go and train. But it is where Samuel Osai Bovo put in there that Midwest became the dominant force in sport.
Till today.
You understand?
Till today.
It is that legacy that Delta and Edo has still carried on. So this is the Niger Delta. These are the kids, and then this is, like we said, it's not elite. Why I love this.
Look at the mass engagement.
Yes.
And this is what we are talking about.
Yes.
This is what we need as a people, where the youth are engaged, even if not profitably, but they are engaged positively and they're able to impact. And that's what we are seeing. The impact is massive. Look at the number of youths. That's how to re-engineer a society, by making sure they veer away from vices and they continue to adopt sports. And this is exactly what we are seeing.
What they are also doing here, they have a scouting committee.
Wow.
That not just scout them, but try and see if they can develop them. And they want to take some to South Africa, take some to other to go and train them. So if we continue this way, if we catch them in these ages, we can have a more of Jared the Jasons.
Exactly.
And will be here. They will run, they will jump, they will they will swim, they will lift. I tell you this.
Talk about deliberateness in planning and coordination.
Coordination. Yes.
And like I said, it's been a very all-inclusive. If you look at the caliber of the men that are involved across board, you can see the inclusiveness. They have made sure that they have put the right people in the right places to make sure you have this sort of fantastic
National Sports Festival. I hope you guys are watching.
They need to.
Because there's sometimes Papa they learn from Peking. Because this is, you understand,
Yes.
Now, if we can do this, this is 9, of course. National sport, we are talking about 36 states plus
Yeah.
Abuja
Plus
37.
one. Yeah.
But this is lovely. This is putting up. This is the opening ceremony. You understand? And I mean, you can't get it better. Even if Olympics, if they do their what they call calisthenics. All those gymnasts and all that they normally do.
Calisthenics.
Yeah. Okay, look at the touch. Look at the tradition. Look at those children.
Wow.
Wow.
I think it's a big challenge.
Look at the touch. Look at the festival.
This is a big challenge to the Southwest,
and this is
all the other regions,
because they are not just using Niger Delta. I can see a representation of almost
all the
Nigerian,
the Nigerian
tradition being represented in this festival.
That's Victor Ekweba.
Wow. Symbolic. Yes. The prince. Yes, the prince of Monaco. I say, come home, and they say yes. This is you are represented Nigeria. You have been a former African footballer of the year. In fact, the class produced two now. So you are Niger Delta Victor anyway.
They are Victor. They are both victorious.
Victor Ekweba and Victor Osimhen.
Yes.
I mean,
very symbolic.
South is saying, look, all our victors. I mean, we are victorious.
Yes,
the lines are open. Join this.
It's a challenge to other regions.
Southwest, you guys started. I remember we were doing the Chinese Kids Cup. We were doing the Chinese Kids Cup then. And then we come out with our calendar, and they say we look and say no. They said the Southwest games will take place between so and so games because we're using the Teslim Balogun Stadium.
Yeah.
They also have the late Tade Aziz. May the Lord bless your soul.
Amen.
Tade is a man, is a can-do man. Absolutely. He's a man. He say, look, Tade. How do we talk about the hostels? Okay, let us what is available. Tade, what about the pitch? That's how what. Tade, what would about? He
never says anything is impossible to do.
We worked together, and it was. And I do pray that probably by 2027, this cup should be back.
It's coming.
It is the pioneer. FIFA has now talked about, because we went from Southwest. Okay, that is the 100 meter female champions. Both of them from Delta. This is for the male.
Uzoma.
Yeah, I know. So that is it. And I tell you, these are cute kids. At this age, you catch them young. I also remember that we're also doing the Chinese athletic classes. You understand? Yeah. Same at the same Teslim Balogun stadium. Okay, this is 11.55.
Quite encouraging.
Of course, that is the winner.
I think Uzoma was 10.42.
Yeah.
So at this stage,
I think
it's encouraging.
This is encouraging, like you are saying. So basically, these are what we are seeing, and it is lovely. And how do they say it? And it is something to our eyes. What is that?
Pleasing.
It is pleasing to our eyes. Yes. So it is happened there in Edo. It's by 26th. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's just see if we can take here a little bit of what is happening there.
We need these games to continue because with sports, Nigerian youth will be engaged. With sports, insecurity will think of the past. Because when you check the economic advantage of this game, this 1 month that this game will be in Edo State, you will see the multiplier effect. Sport has become business, and by the grace of God, we in NIS, we are revitalizing and reforming the system to the extent that by the grace of God, in the next 1 year, we'll be able to mop all the coaches from the streets and make them useful for our economy. NDDC, you are welcome to Edo. NDDC is synonymous to sports now. New champions will emerge from this group. New records definitely will be broken. This track discovered our muscles, and I know another muscle will come from this game.
On the field of play, tribe doesn't matter, religion doesn't matter, neither does social status. What matters is discipline, what matters is preparation, is teamwork, and the will to excel. These are the same virtues required to build a strong and a prosperous nation. The maiden edition of the Niger Delta Games demonstrated clearly that when we provide platforms for healthy engagement, our youth respond with excellence. Thousands of young men and women from across the mandate states came together in the spirit of fair play and friendly rivalry. They showed that the Niger Delta youth is energetic, is creative, and is ready to compete, not just locally, but also nationally and globally. This second edition builds on that foundation. Beyond medals and trophies, these games are about talent discovery, social cohesion, and economic opportunity. The global sports industry is today a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. Nigeria must not only participate, but Nigeria must lead.
I urge you to compete with passion and integrity. Let your performance reflect the strength, courage, and demonstration of our people. To organizers, the NDDC, we commend your vision in using sports as a vehicle for youth empowerment, regional integration, and sustainable peace. When we invest in our youth, we secure the future. When I was approached by the NDDC to host the second edition of this wonderful tournament, which is now tagged Big and Better, Better and Bigger, I agree because I know we are coming first. Now, I promise to my athletes from Edo State, the best team will go away with 20 million from Edo State.
I wish we are all there. We already finished it in the studio. Okpa is in the house. Where are you?
Yeah, fine. The Niger Delta Games. Good to have it.
Yeah, the 9 state Niger Delta Games. Yeah. Okay. Nigeria is playing in the 4-nation invitational tournament. And it is that same time that the FIFA Intercontinental playoffs are taking place. Your take?
Okay, naturally, we've also been in those kind of positions before where you prepare for major tournaments with teams you think will be coming from that part of the world.
Okay.
So if you are in a group that you're having Latin American teams, that means your prep matches will be against teams for that region. Maybe Venezuela never qualified for the World Cup. You take them up if the Colombians are not coming, or if they are coming.
So they are taking us because we are not.
Because we will give them, and you know we are like we are always been in the top 5 in Africa.
They are taking us because we are not going to the World Cup.
Yes. And that is the that is the strongest opposition you can get from Africa.
I think you are mixing it up.
You are mixing it up. We are protesting that we want to be at we want to play the game. What?
Ken, it's like saying Man City are saying they won the league because they will play Arsenal at home.
No, but
this is a contingency.
We speak with what is in front of us.
Okay, so pending. Okay, so we are taking.
We lost on the pitch of play. So whatever wants to happen, it has not happened. So all our decision will be based on what we have on the pitch of play.
That we might not go to the World Cup.
As we speak, we are not going to the World Cup.
As we speak,
as it is.
If the chairman of NSC could say, "Oh, we have put it behind us," that particular line is very instructive.
That
means
the journalists came out to refute it, that is not what they meant. What they meant was that FIFA is yet to decide.
Yes.
That FIFA is yet to decide.
Yes.
So probably what they're also doing, they are doing this because FIFA is yet to decide. Because the same day,
on 16th Monday.
Yeah.
A lot of people lost sleep because of a verdict that was never. I don't know where people got it from.
No, because FIFA was supposed to meet. FIFA met that day.
They met that day. But FIFA never tells you when they never reveal when they are going to pass verdict on anything.
No, but see what we expect. Not that they reveal they are going to pass the verdict. With our own was that from what we know, which came out, which was also the fact, was that FIFA met that day, and then this was supposed to be part of what is on the burner. Are you getting me? So we expected them.
But the misinformation was that they were going to pass a verdict. That the verdict was ready.
No,
it was just to communicate it. Till tomorrow, that verdict is still coming. It's crawling.
It's not a misinformation. I think, like we said, if we meet normally, if you meet anytime, you come out, you communicate. You come out whatever agenda, you inform people. So that I think that is the reason why whatever. It is not the communication that matters. It is like FIFA. I'm
talking about the frenzy now, social media.
I was also the frenzy.
Were you guilty?
Were you not guilty?
I knew it wasn't going to happen. Ken,
okay, the lights are
on.
You can join us now. You can join us now. Are we saying, look, we're no longer going to the World Cup the way it is? We have taken it. It's okay, fine. 2020, 30 is there. So let us go and play friendlies with those who have qualified. We will play with Jordan, play with Iran, and they can use us to prepare for the World Cup. You understand?
No, wait, Ken. They can use us to prepare.
And they have qualified. Yes.
Training material.
If we are qualified, they said they would have done. We look at our group. We see if we are, if we have a European nation, we play friendlies with them. If we have South American nation, we play so that because all those say the cuckoo war. The fact that you are playing Nigeria doesn't mean that if we play Ghana, Nigeria will play like Ghana.
But at least it works. It works.
Why?
You play from team from that region where the pattern of play
to understand that regional philosophy.
Another player is you bring them to have a pattern. Which one is the Nigerian pattern? We were changing pattern from one to the other.
No, that's why we have the
Africans. Our games will always be physical.
It's your game better than Nigerian game.
That's why we have the demands, the 19-point demands. That's why we have it.
Africa. If you want to play Ghana, you can't go and play Algeria. You play Nigeria.
Do Nigeria and Ghana play more like Brazil?
No,
Nigeria play
but the physicality is there.
They are still physical.
The physicality is, you see, the physicality is.
It's just like we know for the South Americans, they have flair. They play with.
That is the thing. Yes.
They play with flair, right? So if you are playing against the Europeans, you also know what to expect.
South Africa. No, South Africa play like the Zimbabweans.
Take away the physical
or do they play like Zambians?
No. But Ken, I'm not sure you understand where Okpa is coming from.
I understand.
If anyone wants to play against Nigeria now and they decide to play against Cameroon, Ghana, Senegal, it's because we have that physicality in the African play.
Okay, let me ask you. Wait now, calm down. Let me ask you this. So okay, let's assume now that a club in France.
You are not talking about a club. You know they are different. No. They are not.
The club even have more fluency. The club
in terms of cohesion,
in terms of cohesion than even the national team that just come for 2 weeks and come together. So a club in France wants to play Manchester United now. He doesn't go and play friendly with Man City because Man City plays Manchester United.
That's the reason we have European Union, which is even more integrated than
geographic.
Yes, so it's like one country.
So now that's what I'm telling you.
So the borderline is Europe. Is
so if you beat Man City now, you can beat Newcastle.
Okay, now because we know they use the same currency now.
It was someone yesterday, no problem.
I thought you didn't watch the game. I was asking that you were not here. So, Man City has beaten you. I mean, is it 27 or 307
we played 3 times 4 times this season.
No, I was saying so WWW.
We played 4 times this season. But they dethroned Newcastle at the Carling Cup champion.
Okay, so, and they beat you in the league and beat you in the league again.
But I think they did play well. I mean, especially in the second half, they did. If you consider the fact that they had to go to Azerbaijan to go play Karabakh, the distance having to come back, fatigue and all that, it's not easy really. So you have to give it to them.
But Ken, again,
I'm saying this
might between 2 seasons.
Don't just get Okpa out of this hook. I am saying this.
Newcastle is no match for Man City on a good day.
No, but when you have 2 Champions League side, 2 Champions League campaigns, I think, and that's why the game was tied 2-1.
So there was no discombobulation.
But they can't catch, but they can't catch you from India.
The consolation is that they lost narrowly.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm saying Man City have been beating you. I've counted all my fingers.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What do we have on the line? Hello. Yeah. What is happening? You're
From Jos.
we lost the caller. We lost the call. Not the caller.
Not the caller.
Please, when you call and this, the route is trying to rush here. Just kill the volume of your telly and then let us understand. Okay, Jimmy, let me ask you this. Of course, by that same game, City has reduced it to just a 2-pointer.
And the chase is on.
But then Villa drop points.
They have drop points. Yeah.
So
Arsenal
they are almost getting.
They are getting out of the.
So it is not looking like maybe the Champions League race. Okay, we have Festus on the line. Hello, Festus. How are you?
We were talking about Nigeria, their qualification through the back door. And that's what I want. What we're discussing about. Discuss about Nigeria, the back qualification, which is the case the 5.
They all Festus, what I say.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go on.
Okay, I'm talking about Nigeria. The case the 5 DR Congo officials, some illegitimate players.
Yes.
So we should forget about that. We're talking about that. We didn't prepare at the start, so we should forget about that.
Okay.
So we just forget about that. I mean Nigeria, but we didn't do it right. The glass. I don't really know. We should not forget about it. We should forget about it. So,
all right.
They are going to already qualify. We forget about it and plan. If we can plan for the next one, I don't know. So,
yeah.
Thank you. That's my take.
All right. Thank you, Festus, for 2030. Yeah. Festus said we should forget about it. Are you guys forgetting about it?
I don't think I was thinking of any reprieve.
Now, let me also tell you this. Because, see, you know when this happened, we came on this show. And we told you that some of those players that were contesting like
Timothy Fayulu,
you understand?
Yeah.
Timothy Fayulu and Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
That we told you the dates. Like 2015, where they played for DR Congo against England. Now, so they already represented DR Congo even before they represented Switzerland and England before they switched back. Also, in 2013. Tunisia was in the protested against Cape Verde.
True.
That they used a player that was supposed to have been just like the South African case.
Yeah.
And then of course further that Cape Verde used a player they should have used and awarded 3 points to Tunisia.
Sure.
So Tunisia qualified to play. Now when they now played Cameroon beat them 4-1 home and away. They now went to protest against Cameroon.
Yeah.
That Chopo, what did I say?
Chopo
Martino.
Yeah.
And Joel Matip.
Yeah.
That is the nationality. Now, we're not talking about that. Not the sport, the other nationality. They were born in Germany before they moved on, and then they have the same because Cameroon also have the same dual citizenship thing that DR Congo has. In fact, so most of this were even used against Eto'o and all of them all because Eto'o holds both the Spanish
and the
Cameroonian.
Absolutely.
So when he was even trying to contest for the
it was used against him.
All right, let's go to Niger State because Martins is looking out for us. Hello, Martins. Martins, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, if you follow the trend of this DR Congo and Nigeria. For that the protest Nigeria lost. Nigeria has a very, very big case now. So I don't know, maybe people have not read the document very well. Nigeria has a very, very good case against those guys.
Okay.
And if there is no substance in that issue, that case would have been thrown away, maybe maximum 3 weeks. But for FIFA to still be investigating the case now, there is something in it. And I just see that Nigeria is going to the World Cup. That's just what I would say. Thank you.
All right, Martins. We love that. And then, for goodness, if Nigeria qualifies, we'll be the happiest. But like we said, the same thing happened to Tunisia. They protested against Cameroon, and FIFA threw it out. Before these players played for AFCON and played for the qualifiers, FIFA has given them the clearances. And a lot of us are confusing it with the Malaysian case. The Malaysians was fraudulent.
Yeah.
These players, their grandparents were not born in Malaysia. And an agent went there, told them, we can fix it. We can bring in players, fix papers, forge papers, and tell them that when they found out that they were fraudulent, they found out that no way. But in this case, all the players of DR Congo. So it is not about forgery now that we're talking about here, if it is fraud, unless there are inconsistencies in the paper they presented. But somebody like Twazembe that we are protesting against was born in DR Congo. So if he can represent Congo, his children can represent Congo, his grandchildren can represent Congo, why can't he represent Congo?
Anyway, this case is a case about FIFA law.
Yeah.
FIFA will interpret their law. In a few days to come, we'll get the verdict. And
very soon.
One thing I just know is that Nigeria is going to World Cup.
I like that. I like that optimism. I like that. We join you and we celebrate. He said Nigeria will go to the World Cup.
Yeah. FIFA cannot adjudicate on the sporting nationality of football players as presented by member associations. The member associations presented, and they must have been cleared by FIFA initially. So what we are contesting
is dual citizenship.
Is the dual citizenship.
Yes.
So you are also contesting due diligence checks that should have been done by FIFA. But what we are saying basically, that we are saying, oh, we are not. It's nice to be hopeful, but we also have to be realistic.
That it is
per FIFA statutes. We are not qualified to go to the World Cup.
Why we can't put the blame on FIFA is this: this thing is done in trust. Why you keep your record? So if FIFA has no reason to doubt what you are presented as a member body. So once a federation presents a paper, except the burden of proof is now on the other party who felt they've been cheated, which is what Nigeria we are now doing. But for FIFA to say you are presented, they will need to verify was Ken born at
I don't agree. We are saying by there are due diligence checks that are done by FIFA. When you present players for clearance, any player at all, they do their own due diligence.
FIFA relies on the passport you are presenting.
Good. Yes. And so now, what are they presented to FIFA?
Both of you are saying FIFA relies on those passports. Good. Now, if DR Congo says we present this passport were not forged, will you now say it is forged?
So if it's proven, just like the Malaysian case.
No. What proof do you want to have?
No. If it's proven that okay, this person, as at the time he represented Switzerland or England,
the passport was forged.
What he presented was this.
But don't forget that they are contesting
there is a way you rearrange things. The auditory will leave you out, and that is the burden of proof. The other parties supposed to present your case.
So that is what Jimmy is saying.
Okay.
Before that is where FIFA. If you don't just present FIFA,
but that Elante travel to Europe with a Nigerian passport.
That is a different matter entirely. If the fact that is fraudulent,
he was given a Nigerian passport on the premises that he was in Nigeria. I was neither born in Nigeria nor had Nigerian parents. So with that kind of case, so if Lamptey had played for Nigeria, the other party could have gone to FIFA and said, no, this was fraudulently procured.
I agree with you on that. But in this case of the players, we are not protesting that. We are protesting the dual citizenship.
Exactly.
And
which is against our own rules.
There are 13 countries in Africa that has that same rule.
Exactly.
Inclusive of Cameroon
and exactly.
13 good countries. And I tell you this.
We've had, what's it called now? People with dual citizenship holding sensitive posts even in this country.
But our laws. In the case of DR Congo, in 2017, there was a moratorium
to that effect. Absolutely.
That if you have, you can still represent them. Are you getting me? They were discussing that in the parliament. So it is not cast in stone that you must renounce. Like what I said before, you are at the age of 21, if you're having this. So a lot of these things are nationality laws. It is their own laws that you are breaking.
So the question will now be, will FIFA be trying to bridge the sovereignty of the country by advocating for them on who they present,
on who their citizens are?
There is a case now, this guy, I think Fawad just won the British light heavyweight champion yesterday. He was born in Nigeria to a Lebanese dad and a Benin mother. But in England now, the Lebanese are saying his record is not in their data. The Benin are saying they don't have because he was not born there. And Nigeria say, look, this guy is not a Nigerian. Okay. So the guy, as we speak, is stateless.
He's stateless.
And he won yesterday for Britain.
Of course. FIFA also says if you have lived in a country, the eligible rules are quite clear. Yeah. There are 6 of them. We've said it here. There are 6. Yeah. If you are born in the country, you are eligible. If your father is born, you are eligible. If your mother is born, you are eligible. If your grandparents, which that makes it 5. And if you have lived in that country for 5 years and has not represented another country within that period, so the 6
they are clear. They are clear.
No encumbrances. So
but next time we should try and win our matches.
Okay, we are about going.
All right, we just hope the Niger Delta games will produce another Jared Ejiason.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the potential. Let's just latch on it and do good.
Okay.
So next time, let's learn to keep doing our talking on the pitch.
Next time, let's learn to keep doing our talking on the pitch. But like we said, we are still expecting FIFA. I mean, in spite, no matter against all odds, you might just allow that. Oh, Nigeria, but then if we disqualify DR Congo, do you automatically benefit from it? Another question. I can't present the answer, but I'm Ken Ochonogo. God bless Nigeria.